And we're learning more tonight why two basketball players were kicked out of St. Mary's High School. Good evening, everyone. Jackie is off tonight. The students were expelled just days before the playoffs.
They sat down with News 4's Dave Graber last month and claimed they didn't know why they were kicked out. Dave has been digging deeper into this story and joins us from St. Mary's High School with what he uncovered.
Back in April, we sat down with the attorney representing two-star basketball players here at St. Mary's in Lancaster to talk about a pending lawsuit that claimed that the players were treated unfairly. While the attorney, their families, and the players were eager to talk to us back then, it turns out they're not so eager after much more of the story has come to light. Takel Molson and Cameron Dunning were standout players for St. Mary's High, leading the local Catholic school to the playoffs this year. But their season was halted suddenly when they were expelled for reasons that are now coming to light. The players' attorney, Prathima Reddy, said she intended to file a lawsuit against the Buffalo Diocese for failing to provide just cause for her client's immediate dismissal from school.
If a student is subject to an out-of-school suspension or in-school suspension, and whether the student is reinstated or expelled, there should be a meeting with their parent or guardian.
Such a meeting never took place then, and it still hasn't. However, the teens have been granted an appeal, which is set to take place next Tuesday. The diocese, meanwhile, are sticking to their original statement obtained by News 4 several weeks ago, which said if the students and their families are willing to provide the written consent required by federal law, we would be glad to discuss the matter in full. Back in April, we asked the families and their attorney to sign a federal release of student information since they were asking us for help so that we could get a better idea of the allegations. It says right there in black and white, if the students and their families are willing to provide the written consent required by federal law, they declined.
We don't need a FERPA release to have a meeting amongst the parents and the students, even now.
Nearly 3 months after the players were expelled, those records were handed over to the families and their attorney. Multiple sources say the records detail allegations that the teens had sexual contact with a young woman while on campus. During our interview, we asked the players, their parents, and their attorney about those allegations. I just want to get to the bottom of this information, and I want to make sure that everything is on the table.
Can I just say that's the first I'm hearing about that? And once again, it's a rumor. I never heard anything about a consensual incident at school.
Reddy said today she just received the records and hasn't had time to read them fully and plans to discuss next steps with her clients on Friday. While the disciplinary records that were given to the attorney and their families detail the allegations about this incident implicating these two players, rumors in the community say others are involved. When we asked the diocese about this, they declined to comment. Reporting from Lancaster, Dave Graber, News 4 at 6.